It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you, so let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor?
Well, hi neighbor. It's so good to see you again. I was about to wonder if you were going to come back or not. I'm so glad you're here. So many things have happened since the last time I saw you, and something in particular happened today, and I'm glad you stopped by so that I can share it with you. I wanted to start with a book that some of my good friends at the school gave me, your teachers, and it's called The World According to Mr. Rogers, Important Things to Remember, by Fred Rogers himself. And in particular, Mr. Rogers said that discipline is a teaching and learning kind of relationship, as the similarity of the word disciple suggests. By helping our children learn to be self-disciplined, we are also helping them learn how to become independent of us, as sooner or later they must. And we are helping them learn how to be loving parents to children of their own. So this idea of discipline came up for me today. I was at Kroger this morning doing grocery shopping for my family, like lots of my neighbors were. And I was over in the hot dog area, and there was a lady that worked there, and she was filling the lunch meat area. So I smiled at her, because it's always in style to wear a smile. And as I was looking through the hot dogs to decide which ones I wanted to buy, another gentleman came in to the area where we were both working and I was shopping. And he was looking in the chicken case and picking out some food for his family. And all of a sudden he started coughing and coughing and coughing. And I noticed he wasn't wearing his mask. So I quickly turned my cart around and got a little further away from him. And I wondered why someone would be out at the store around all of our neighbors without their mask on. Because that's not being a very good neighbor. Because part of what we need to do right now is keep ourselves safe and keep each other safe. So part of being a good neighbor is following the rules and following what we're told to do. And I think most people were in the very beginning following all the rules. But as time goes on, we lose a little bit of our self-discipline. Think about the first day of school. You're excited and you're in class with your new teacher, and you sit up nice and tall and straight, and you remember to raise your hand when you need something, and you don't talk when the teacher's talking. But as time goes on and we get a little further in the year, we forget to raise our hand, we blurt out answers, maybe we forget our homework, because we've gotten a little too comfortable. And I think a lot of people, in taking care of themselves and their neighbors with the coronavirus, are not being as careful as they should be and have gotten a little too relaxed. So today I wanted to remind everyone of what we're instructed to do to keep ourselves safe and to be a good neighbor and keep our neighbors safe. And one of the important things we've learned is that we need to wear our mask. Like the gentleman that was coughing in Kroger this morning with no mask on had he had his mask on, he wouldn't have brought so many germs out into the open. So this is a simple mask that I found at Kroger today, and it's stretchy, and it just has a simple part for your face and 2 loops for your ears, and you can wear it like this. And these were on sale today at Kroger, and they were $4.99. So a simple mask for under $5 that you can wear. But if you're not able to go out and get one of these and you don't have $5, there's plenty of other things you can use to wear a mask. Hopefully you have a nice warm winter scarf, and you could even use this as a mask. I have my Ohio State scarf, and I could wrap this around my nose and my mouth and make a wonderful mask out of my Go Bucks scarf. I saw another neighbor that on their YouTube page made a mask out of a t-shirt. And I thought this was such a fancy way to make a mask without sewing. So he took it and put it over his head and right under his eyes, along his cheeks, but above his nose. And then he took the extra part of the t-shirt to the back and twisted it a couple of times and then pulled it over, and we have a nice fancy mask that'll keep us safe. And it didn't take any sewing, it didn't take any cutting, and it took something that we all have in our home, an old t-shirt. So this is a great way to make yourself a quick mask. And then you just have to remember to wear it. So these are some great ways you can look online, and maybe you want to try some sewing, and you could make a simple mask like this one, or you could just use things around your home like a scarf or a t-shirt. Because keeping yourself safe is being a good neighbor to not just you, but to everyone else. Also, there's some other things we need to remember to do, like wash our hands. And not just wash our hands under the water, but use soap. So I have some fancy soap from Bath & Body Works, and it's aromatherapy with frankincense and myrrh. And it smells so good that I love washing my hands with it. Just the tiniest bit of soap can kill the coronavirus. So make sure that you wash your hands with soap and water. And if there's no soap around, you can use your hand sanitizer. All these are great ways to be a good neighbor and to keep yourself healthy and to keep others healthy. Mr. Rogers gives us another story about being a good neighbor that I would love to share with you. And he said, when I was a boy, one of my closest neighbors was Mama Belle Frampton. She was my grandmother's age, and she loved children. She not only had a front porch, she had a back porch that led right to her kitchen. Every time I needed a treat, I knocked on her back door, and she'd welcome me. Come for toast sticks, Freddie? She knew me so well. I would have been about 5 or 6 when Mama Belle asked if I would like her to show me how to make my own toast sticks. Well, that was quite a day. She let me put the bread in the toaster and the butter and jam on the toast. And she even let me, ever so carefully, cut the toast into 4 long sticks. Seems like a simple thing, but 65 years later, I can still feel it, that neighbors' trust and my own pride at having made those first ones on my own. When I hear, love your neighbor as yourself, I often think of Mama Belle, because I think she really did love me. She just somehow sensed what I needed in order to grow. And I think that's a nice story from Mr. Rogers' own life that shows how neighbors should take care of other neighbors and keep each other safe during these times. So I hope this little reminder today helps you refocus and make sure that you're being a good neighbor and keeping your neighbors healthy and keeping yourself healthy. And in closing, remember that confronting our feelings and giving them appropriate expression always takes great strength and is never a weakness. And I'll be back when the day is new, and I'll have more ideas for you. And you'll have things you'll want to talk about, and I will too. Goodbye, neighbor.